What is going on, man? Back with another video here on Monday. 100 days with no alcohol, man. 100 days sober. I wanted to come on here and just talk to you a bit about my experience with that so far. Why I think that you are going to want to begin this journey of sobriety, and just kind of the benefits of it, all right? And just kind of where I came from in terms of starting out. So growing up, I didn't really grow up with like a alcoholic family. My dad's side definitely drank, quite a bit, but I would never say that they were alcoholics. They were still very functional, stuck with their jobs and everything. My mom's side didn't drink as much over on that side, but still, still drank, and I would witness that as a kid. And so growing up, I thought that, drinking was, pretty normal. It was never anything like where it was really getting dysfunctional. But as I got older, once you hit that 21, right? I'm 25 right now. So once I hit 21, I turned 20, 21, then it's like you have the freedom. Like you have the freedom to go and to start drinking alcohol and to start consuming it. And, you might start going to parties. You start meeting other people who are drinking it. It becomes this sort of thing where it's now a social thing, okay? And this is so prevalent in our society right now that people drink. Okay, and they drink alcohol, and it's so interesting to me, because on one end it's like people are like, oh yeah, don't do drugs, don't do this, don't do that, but then when it comes to alcohol, they want to completely switch up and be like, oh, what, you don't drink, what's wrong with you? Oh, loosen up, live a little bit, you only live once. That kind of shit, you know what I mean? So that was kind of my backstory. I grew up doing that. Once I hit 21, I started to drink a lot more, and in between those years, 21 to 25, I've consistently been drinking, okay? There was a time when I was about, 21, 22, going into 23, where I was drinking a lot, right? Because I was in a job that I didn't like, and I just felt like I was going through a lot of family issues as well. Just with my stepdad and my mom breaking up and her being sick and stuff, and me having to take over the household. So there's a lot of stress on me, and I used alcohol as a way to escape that. And here's the thing that you have to understand when it comes to these vices. It could be, alcohol, it could be porn, it could be weed. These are things that you do to literally escape the pain of your life. So if your life sucks in some way, right, you're not living the way that you want to. It's not in alignment with how you feel good. You have a job that you hate, right? You don't have a girl, you're still single, and you've been wanting to get a girlfriend for a long time, so you use porn as an escape. Maybe you're working a job you didn't like I did, and you had a lot of stress financially on you, or family drama. You will use alcohol or these things to ease that pain and to escape. And so this is one of the biggest reasons why people freak out when you start to attack their addictions or say, hey, it's time to quit the vices and to get locked in, is because you will be eliminating their painkiller, right? It's like as if you have a headache and you're taking Advil to get rid of the headache, right? Ibuprofen. And then someone comes along and says, hey, you can't take that. You need to deal with it naturally. And you're like, bro, fuck you, man. I'm going to take this Advil because I want to get rid of this headache, right? It's the same thing when it comes to these vices. But what you have to realize is, especially as a young man in this modern world, man, is like you will be slowed down by anything that distracts you from your fucking goals, okay? So from me, 21 to 25, all right, I was always kind of interested in, I would kind of be interested in building a personal brand and then starting YouTube and building my online business. And I was also interested in, getting jacked and building the best physique I could possibly build. And all the vices, especially alcohol, slowed me down so much from achieving what I wanted to achieve, okay? It slowed me down so much because when you start to drink, all right, and you're drinking on a regular basis, you're not just drinking for one day or one night. What happens is you'll drink, okay? You'll get wasted, because for me, it takes quite a bit for me to get drunk, okay? It's not just like, I'm not just drinking one beer. I'll drink a freaking entire, an entire 6-pack, an entire 12-pack, or I'll go hard liquor, get some vodka, some mixed drinks going, or for me, I would just, I would just grab some nips, okay, and then just, pour it on the rocks and just drink it straight. And the problem with that is, it's going to slow you down, because it's not just for one day, okay? You're not just drinking for one day and then, oh, I'm completely fine. You're fucking affected for literally like a week. I know some people might go, what are you talking about? That's not how long it takes for your body to metabolize or whatever. Bro, trust me, okay? Like, if you go sober, you will experience the difference. If I were to go drink right now, binge drink, and get wasted, it would literally take me a week to get back on track, because here's what happens. your daily habits that you do, right? Let's say you go to the gym, you're tracking your macros, whatever, you start drinking a lot. Now what happens is your brain just got that hit of dopamine. It's gonna go start chasing other quick sources of dopamine. And so now you're gonna be fighting this battle, like day after day after day, until you reset, until your brain can reset that dopamine level from the alcohol. And it's such a grind. You're just constantly like making some progress, drinking a whole bunch on the weekends, and then falling back to where you were, trying to climb back up, then falling again. And this is the problem in society, is they promote this to us. And I swear, dude, I swear, one of the biggest reasons is like, they know, okay? They know that this shit is going to keep you complacent. They know this shit is going to keep you down. And so what they do is they just put it out there. Oh yeah, it's great, it's great, it's great. You know, everybody drinks it. It's reinforced by your friends. It's reinforced by everyone in society to make sure that you keep drinking, to keep you fucking average, and to keep you complacent. And this is what I experienced. If I had gotten off of alcohol, like if I had never even gotten on, okay, and never started drinking and wasting a bunch of time at stupid parties, wasting a bunch of time while on vacation drinking, wasting a bunch of time, like, I would be so much farther ahead, guys, in terms of my physique, in terms of my fucking business, in terms of everything that I want, in terms of that dream life that I'm headed for right now. And I want to come on here and just fucking wake you up and tell you, like, dude, if you are a young man, I mean, if you're a man of any age, but specifically if you're a young man watching this video, you might think that it's okay. You might think, because everyone goes, oh, well, you're young, you can handle it. Yeah, you got this, bro. You can't afford to waste fucking time. You don't have the time you think you have. Your 20s is going to go by so much faster than you think. Okay, just trust me. If you're in your early 20s right now, I'm in my mid-20s, and this shit goes by so fast. It's like a blink of an eye. And what happens is, you don't have your daily habits set up. Or if you do, they're constantly being interrupted by the consumption of alcohol. They're constantly being interrupted by you going out to the bar, you going out to the clubs, and having to waste a bunch of fucking time on this nonsense. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, well, you know, I'm already well off, I'm already jacked, you know, and I still drink and I'm fine or whatever. But the reality is, you might be coming from that that's a mindset of playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Because how much farther could you be? How much better of an example of a man could you be if you were actually sober? How much farther ahead, how much more effective could you be, and how much more productive could you be if you were sober? So if you're already in a good position in terms of your physique, in terms of your money, you're thinking, oh, well, now I can relax. Now I can just, you know, go and you know, go to the clubs and just get wasted and all this shit. Think about how much more you could be doing. Stop thinking about, oh, I'm going to get to an end result or get to this end state so that I can go back to my old bad habits, or I can just be lazy and do whatever I want. You should be constantly chasing the highest version of you. And so when I started to understand this concept, I realized alcohol has no place in my life because it's only going to ever serve as a distraction. And if you listen to your conscience, you know this is true. See, for me, I knew it was true, right? I knew it was true. I knew I needed to get off of it, but I didn't want to because it was a way for me to kill that pain. The issue with that is that pain is a signal to you, bro. The pain is a signal to you, and it's telling you, hey, something is wrong here, okay? Something ain't right. We need to change. And so what happens is when you kill that pain with the vices, now you stay fucking comfortable. And we all know that comfort is the enemy of progress. Comfort is the fucking bane of progress. If you're comfortable where you are, you're not going to move. You're not going to fucking move. You move because you're in pain. Okay, I heard this analogy once that really put this into perspective and really made a lot of sense. So, if there's a dog, right, there's a dog on a porch, on a farmer's porch, and an insurance agent comes up, and he's trying to solicit insurance from the homeowner, and he notices that the dog is sitting on top of a nail, and he mentions this to the owner. He goes, hey, you know, your dog is sitting on the nail there, like, you know, that's kind of an issue, right? Like, is he gonna get up and move? Does he need help? And then the farmer was just like, yeah, he'll get up and move when it hurts bad enough, or like something like that. He'll get up and move when he's in pain. So the idea is like, if you're not in pain, you're not really gonna take action. Okay, if you're not in pain, you're not really gonna take action. That dog was sitting on the nail, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to really, you know, get him to go take action and get off of it. So it's like, for you, I want you to think about what in your life right now, what daily habits do you have in your life right now that are killing pain? It could be video games, it could be porn, it could be weed, it could be alcohol, or if you were like me and you're really undisciplined, it's all of those. Social media, watching TV, all of these things are distractions that will stop you from reaching your goals, or at least distract you, right? And I think that there's a balance to be had in terms of, you know, some things, like maybe when it comes to video games, TV, social media, you know, maybe you're not going to completely cut those out, right? Especially if you're using them like I am for personal branding, you kind of have to use them to an extent. But certain things you just don't, like there's no plus side. Like if you're going to sit down and watch TV with your girl at the end of the day after some hard work, okay, maybe there's some benefit to that. If you're going to, you know, be on social media and be learning some things, maybe there's some benefit to that. Video games, you know, maybe, I mean, I put tens of thousands of hours in growing up, so I'm fucking good. I wasted so much time on that. But like, there's some things where you can argue, but then there's some things where you can't. Like, you can't argue, really, that, like, porn is beneficial. You can't sit here and argue with me that doing drugs is going to be beneficial, or that alcohol is beneficial, because you know that it's a toxin to your body, right? And you know that just the effect that it has. Like, it's just sad to see, man. It's sad to see so many young men out here, because I talk to guys, and this is what I do, right? This is my personal brand. This is my business, is I help guys get in the best shape that they can possibly be in, quit the vices, set up a daily habits and a system that gets them to their goals, right? So they aren't feeling completely lost like I was, you know, going into college and being like, oh, what do I study for a major? I'll just pick this random thing, and then not feeling aligned, right? And so I think that this is really important, is to consider, what is it that's distracting you from your goals? What is it that you're using as a painkiller? And try to eliminate as much of that as you can so that you feel the pain. And this is counterintuitive, because like I said, human beings, we don't like to really feel the pain. We like to get out of pain. But what's interesting is, if you stop yourself from using all these other band-aids and painkillers to kill that pain, you are now forced to move in the direction of your goals faster. You see how that works? So like, if I'm in pain and I'm like, dude, my job really sucks, there's two options. There's two different things that I can do to deal with that. Number one, I can drink a bunch of alcohol every day, like I was doing, and that kills the pain. But what does that also do? That keeps me at that job longer, because now I'm comfortable. It's not as bad. Or I can say, no, I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm gonna feel the pain, and it really hurts, and I'm gonna use that pain as motivation to now go chase the business that I want to create. And then you end up in a better position. In this position over here, where you're drinking the alcohol and killing the pain, yeah, you feel good temporarily, but it's instant gratification. Because now, a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, you're at the same fucking job, and you've made no progress. And you've wasted a bunch of money. That's the other thing, is when it comes to vices, is they're very expensive. Number one, in terms of time, the time that it costs you, because you're losing out on time and productivity, and just the cost of buying the shit. Like, the amount of money I was spending on alcohol was crazy, bro. From like 21 to 25, I don't even want to know how much I've spent on alcohol. I really don't even want to fucking know, okay? And so yeah, man, that's my thing, is I'm just coming on here and trying to tell you and share these lessons with you in hopes that you can avoid some of the mistakes I made. Now, it's not that I don't get urges, okay, to go do this stuff. If you think that that's the case, it's just not. Like, when I see alcohol, or I see, like, you know, big parties going on where people are getting, like, wasted, I'm like, damn, like, that kind of looks fun. But the difference with me now is, I think. So before, I was like, instant gratification was like, yeah, let's go do it. And I was never like a major partier or alcoholic, but like, you know, I'd like to party here and there, and I'd like to be drinking on the weekends, almost every weekend, and going out and traveling and going to these places and drinking and kind of getting drunk. But now what I do is I think, okay, I'm thinking right now, I'm thinking about, what is that going to look like in the future for me? If I go down this path, what does that look like in the future? Is it going to bring me to where I know I want to get? Is it going to make me that guy who is rare, who has a business, right? Who is jacked, who is every day like disciplined and on his shit? Is it gonna do that, or is it gonna pull me away from that? And then depending on the answer that I get back, then I can make the right decision. And so I've become very good over this past year at making those decisions and really cutting things out. Just as an example, I want to show you. Let's see here. So I've got my habit tracker that I keep up on my wall. Okay, it looks like this. This is what my habit tracker looks like up on my wall. The red marks are failures. The green marks are wins, right? So daily habits, just some things like my daily habits, like my daily routine, my morning routine, making content for my business, meditation, going to the gym so that I can actually stay jacked, hitting my macros, right? All these kind of things. Reading, getting to sleep on time, just stuff like that I track that I never used to even track. So this is in April, okay? This is April. So as you can see, you know, not looking too good. It's about half and half. And that was when I was on vacation down in Florida. I was just going crazy. We were staying up till like 1 every night. I was drinking, you know, it was just crazy. Then this is May. So I was still drinking, okay? And man, why is it doing that? I was still drinking during this month, but the 11th was where I really decided to cut it off. So right about here is where I cut it off, okay? So once I did that, I cut that off. So that was May, and then this is June. Immediately, look at the improvement. Look at the improvement just from avoiding drinking and avoiding weed, avoiding porn, avoiding all this shit. Look at that. You know, this is the beginning of the 100-day sober journey. So that's the difference right there. You can see the difference in terms of my productivity and hitting my daily habits. This is July. Okay. I don't know why this camera's so overexposed. This is July right here. So you can see even more improvement. And this is August. Okay, August. So right here, this is this month so far. I mean, guys, this is what happens. The other thing that I did within this summer is implement an early wake up. Every single day, even on the weekends, I'm up 4 a.m. Now you can see here on the 3 red, I have failed a couple times to wake up, either because my alarm didn't go off or I was just so exhausted from the day before that I just couldn't get art. I chose to sleep in. So you can see the difference over those months though of what going sober did for me. It allowed me to refocus and stay in on these habits, because when I would drink the next day, I would be sleeping in. I'd be like waking up with a hangover. Then the next day would be like, like I'm gonna go like get this junk food because now I have cravings again. And it just, there's a domino effect that happens when you're doing these negative habits, okay? So that was the transformation that I was able to make. What is going on with this camera, bro? Like, for real, like, why is it so fucking, like, spazzy? Is it, like, blurry right now? I can't even tell. Anyways, that was the transformation I was able to make, guys. And the 100-day is going to continue. Last year, I did do this. Again, if you look on my channel, there was a point in time where I actually did go sober. But I got back into it that winter, okay? And that's the other thing, is the winters up here are long and dark, okay? Because I live in Massachusetts, so Western Mass, like, it's a long winter, bro. It's a long winter, and so a lot of us up here, like, all there really is to do is, like, you know, drink. So that's my journey so far, man. I'm pretty hyped about it, and I hope that you can take some inspiration from this. You know, since doing this, I've been able to stick to my daily habits. I've, you know, been able to increase my daily habits. I've been able to stay consistent with my fitness journey, bulking up now. You can see on my Instagram, I'm getting close to 200 pounds, jacked. You know, it's really helped with my physique. It's really helped with my mindset in terms of my growth, and it's really helped in terms of my business and being able to be more productive with the amount of content that I'm putting out. Be more of an example to the people that I'm trying to help, right? Because, like, if you're about personal development and leveling up your life, drinking every day is not very good. It's not a very good look, right? Like, being dependent on a substance is not a very good look, especially as someone who's so into personal development. So making that sacrifice is what's really pushing me forward. And now as I move forward, I'm just making more and more investments into myself. I'm just continuing on this journey, and it's just going to be fucking amazing, bro. It's just going to be amazing. And I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for you guys watching this video. And I think the last thing I want to say is, like, the more sacrifice you can make, bro, on your journey to greatness, on your journey to become a high-level individual, especially in today's society where the standards are so fucking low. Everyone's out here telling you it's okay to be fat, even though, you know, it's obviously not. The dating market is crazy. You know, masculinity, toxic masculinity, you know, people always trying to, you know, silence and all this crazy shit going on. The more things you can sacrifice, the more vices you can get out of the way, the more distractions you can get out of the way, the more locked in you can get on becoming that rare man who really stands out in society and has his, you know, fitness on lock, his habits on lock, his money on lock. The more you can do that, the exponentially better your life is going to be, man. The exponentially better your life is going to be. So I hope that you take this video to heart. I hope that you at least give it a try. Just even do a 30-day challenge just to reset your dopamine. Just give that a shot, man. 30 days. You know, if you can't even do 30 days, quite honestly, you're such a bitch. I mean, if you can't do 30 days, you might want to go to, you might be like that far gone that you might be really addicted to the point where you need to go to like AA or something. For me, luckily, I was never super addicted to it. It was just a bad habit that kind of stuck around. It wasn't like a full-on addiction where I needed like, I didn't need like AA to really help me. I just needed like a wake-up call like this video here and kind of a kick in the ass to be like, bro, you can do better than this. Like, the highest version of yourself does not need to drink alcohol in order to be social, in order to, you know, be able to talk to girls, be able to meet people. Whatever it is that you may think that you need alcohol for, you don't, bro, because everything that you need is here and is here. So I love you guys. Remember, every day is the opportunity for you to either rise to the highest version of yourself and be an example of what you can be and should be as a man, or to be the lowest version of yourself and be an example of what a man should not be. So the choice is yours.